Yo, welcome to Shake City Uncut. And I know we have a big announcement tonight. A big announcement. I pride myself. I was born in England. Parents are Jamaican. I pride myself. My hands are all ashy. Why I come on stream with ashy hands? But anyway, I pride myself to call myself a dot rat. Like, that's who I am. That's what I'm going to die. I'm from the St. Gregory's Parish. I'm a dot rat. But starting June 11th, I am moving to Rhode Island for the World Cup.
Nice.
What's going on, boys? What's going on?
Rhode Island, welcome.
Not much.
Man, we have a crazy show tonight. What we're going to talk about is who did more for dancehall, Kartel and Sean Paul. I also sent the panel some questions or some topics, which I didn't even look at them. I just sent them. But wow, look at this, huh? My homie's she's in Mexico. She keeps on sending me like amazing snacks. Jesus Christ, it sucks when you're poor.
Yes, it does.
All right, boys, let's just get right into it because YouTube's listening. Do we want to attack the list that I sent you, or should we attack this Kartel versus Sean Paul thing?
That's up to you guys. I'm game for whatever.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Who has done more for dancehall, Kartel or Sean Paul? Now, let me line it out here. One is a global megastar. The other is a cult leader. Dancehall is a cult. On the global stage, I think if you say Sean Paul, and if I think you say Kartel, if you listen to Sean Paul, you listen to Kartel. If you listen to Kartel, you've heard of Sean Paul. So this is just like a mute point. But who do you think is more important and have done more for dancehall? Who wants to go first? Jesus Christ.
I think that Kartel, hands down.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. You want to jump right in? Go ahead. Oh, yeah. For the people that's listening to the show, if you drop a bar, you get this. Please wait for the decay to continue talking. Let's go. Picatra. Go ahead, Papa.
Hands down. Even while in prison.
Hold on a second. I called this black dude Papa today, and you know what he said to me? He said, Shakes, we're black. You don't call another man daddy. That's what Spanish people do. Yeah. Go ahead, Picatra. I'm sorry. I keep on slowing you down. The guy's got a wife beater on. Whoops, I should have never said that. Dad.
Hands. We don't have enough time in this show, man.
Yeah, we do. We got plenty of time.
Sean Paul versus Vibes Kartel.
Yes.
Hands down. It's got to be Vibes Kartel because even while he spent a decade incarcerated,
yes,
he came back to champions entrance into society. I mean, you don't see or hear about Sean Paul grossing $1 million per performance, right?
Whoa. Whoa.
You don't hear about other artists being upset about Vibes Kartel while he was locked up, still charting hit after hit after hit, right? Sean Paul definitely did a lot because he gave Jamaicans jobs. But you don't hear about Sean Paul and stampedes and St. Clair's Entertainment Center being, rammed and all these people getting trampled because of Sean Paul, obviously, right? You hear that because of Kartel. You don't see Sean Paul selling out the National Stadium in Kingston on one night. You hear Vibes Kartel is the one that did that. So beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, okay, Duty, they both can't perform. They both have less than stellar stage performance. We give them that much, right? But for the culture, Kartel, no debate. For mainstream impact, it would have to go to Sean Paul. More people have heard of Sean Paul. The genre have heard of Sean Paul. Sean Paul had Grammy, but it's just two different types of greatness. Sean Paul opened the door for the world while Kartel owned the dancehall throne from within. That's my pick on it. You know, and Vibes Kartel bust all the other artists. Who did Sean Paul bust? From Alkaline, Popcorn, Raijin King, all those carry his DNA, and make it. His influence is unmatched and unrivaled that of Vibes Kartel. You don't see little Ute them wearing Sean Paul t-shirt, but you see little ghetto Ute them wearing Kartel t-shirt, even if them just make a simple iron on and put it on a press on and just put on a white t-shirt, a white Hanes t-shirt he'd get from USA. You don't see makeshift thing coming from Sean Paul, but you see people doing makeshift t-shirt for Vibes Kartel. I will buy them for like top dollar, like $50, even though it's just the Hanes with a picture on it. People will buy that because it's got Vibes Kartel likeness on it. Simple, straightforward.
All right. Excuse me. The chat said, Sean Paul, with all due respect, is the Drake of dancehall. Kartel is for the people. What do you have to say about that, Pacatra, as this camera goes completely fizzled out? You can't make this up.
The Drake?
We can't see your face, Papa. Oh, I said I was going to stop using that word.
You need to stop using that word. You're going to call another man daddy.
Maybe
it's Boston, you know, enough of you guys over there doing that.
Oh.
I don't judge, man. I don't judge. You just
listen. Listen, man. We beat that butt in 2004. All right. So I know where you're going. And I'm a Yankee fan. But I know where you're going. But go ahead. Sean Paul.
Are you a daddy Yankee fan?
No. We're gonna leave that alone. Okay, go ahead. See the Drake of dancehall.
With all due respect, is the Sean Paul basically put it mainstream, right? He put dancehall into the mainstream category, right? So outside of genre, well, Kartel is a cult god.
Cult god. That is that a bar? I'll give you that. That's a bar.
Maybe half a bar. But outside of dancehall, who knows of Vibes Kartel? Do they know Vibes Kartel in Iowa? Do they know Vibes Kartel in? Do they do Kartel in like places where dancehall really isn't, like the middle of the country, right? The Midwest.
So you lost me there. What are you saying? So at that point, would you pick Sean Paul over Kartel? I mean, we'll talk me through it, baby.
I mean,
I'm black. I could call a man a baby. That's what we do.
I think the word "sir" is more appropriate.
That's a bar.
It's double because Kartel's known in the diaspora. I mean, even Africans know who Kartel is, obviously, right?
Right.
But when you go to people who don't know, yeah, definitely. But if you go to the middle of the country and you ask, like, Heather from Wyoming. Who does she go? She's gonna say why? She's gonna say Sean Paul because Sean Paul is on like mainstream. Like maybe he is the Drake.
Right. You sound a little conflicted there. Yeah, you were going one way, then you jumped off the train, then you got hit by the freaking train. All right, Teddy, you're up. You know the rules. If you say something good, you'll get a. Please wait till after the decay. First question: who did more for dancehall, Sean Paul or Vybz Kartel?
For that question alone, right there, it's definitely got to be Vybz Kartel. I mean, like we just said about busting other artists, controlling the whole thing when he was in prison, making hit songs probably on a cell phone. I mean, it's definitely him overall for dancehall itself. On a global scale, though, you got to say probably it is Sean Paul on the global scale, not for dancehall culture itself, but for the the pushing of the culture and kind of introducing the culture to other people would be Sean Paul. But overall, it has to be Vybz Kartel. I mean, I don't think there's any quite. I'm drinking Rompin' Chop rum. I don't think Sean Paul has any rum or stuff that's that level. But one thing I do want to say about Sean Paul is that one really cool thing about him, first of all, he's a really cool guy, really humble. But he also, like everyone that he had on his tour with him was all Jamaican. He made sure he hired, like he definitely gives back to Jamaica, make sure like Jamaicans are taken care of well. So like I don't know, I got to big him up for that. But for the culture itself, for dancehall, it's got to be Vybz Kartel. It's not. I mean, I don't think there's any question. I mean, money wise, I mean, I'm sure Sean Paul's worth a lot more money than Vybz Kartel, but that's not the dancehall culture. Doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I'm sure like back in the day, artists were poor and they still had massive impact on the culture. So I'm gonna agree with him, Kartel for the culture, but worldwide, globally, you got to give it to Sean Paul because I don't know if you guys, and I'm sure you guys noticed too that. While someone mentioned that he's like Drake, but the only difference is, and I see what you're saying now, my bad, that he's commercial or easily sellable. The cool thing about Sean Paul is and Shaggy as well, they will put out like, real dancehall songs still, which they probably don't have to. They probably could just do like whatever songs with some reggaeton artists and sell, million copies and make a lot of money. But they still do. They'll still be on rhythms here and there, so that's pretty cool. And I know, but for Kartel, hands down, that's my vote, hands down for dancehall. It is Kartel. That's my 2 cents on that one. What about you, Bobby? What do you think? Your audio's out.
There it is. Sorry about that.
All right.
I think this is a tough one when we talk global. Who's done more for dancehall, Kartel or Sean Paul? I don't think you can answer that correctly.
It's tough.
It's very tough difficult, because here's the thing: Kartel is not a touring artist. Like from what I've heard from industry people, Kartel doesn't have a $1 billion binder, right? So if you book Kartel, I don't know if he's going to show up or not. And Kartel officially hasn't been on tour. Kartel is not on tour. He's doing $1 million stop dates. Sean Paul is actually on tour.
Yeah. And like, well, I wonder, like, could Vybz Kartel go to Germany to some headline of, some random festival in Germany and put 100,000 people there? I don't know. But I've seen video clips of Sean Paul doing stuff like that.
Right. I think that was a question that was just to stump everybody and just to keep on talking about something that's just impossible to talk about. When you talk about Kartel, when you talk about Sean Paul, global reach, I would have to say their reach is probably equal right now because Sean Paul was on tour. He was in Europe. He did do the greatest tour, which we covered like 3 years ago. I think, but Sean Paul is still touring. Whereas Kartel is just do New York, Atlanta, very urban concerts, right? He's in New York. He can't come to Boston. Boston is not really an urban city. Of course, it has an urban people here, but Boston is not an urban city, so to speak. New York is a very urban city. DC, urban. Atlanta, urban. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, very urban. Ton of people to come out to the shows. I don't think Kartel could sell out TD Bank North.
No.
I don't think he could do that. Not in Boston.
No.
He could do it in New York. He could do it in DC. He could do it where there's a strong black community. But when we talk about global reach, it's just not black people. It's just not 3 or 4 Jamaicans. Because also, too, Jamaicans are the lowest. We are the smallest demographic of people in Boston out of all the Caribbean.
Yep.
Right? So I don't see Vybz Kartel selling out the venues that Sean Paul is doing in Boston. And that's just scale-wise and money-wise. Vybz Kartel is making way more money than Sean Paul. He's getting $1 million a show. And not only is he getting $1 million a show, he's all in. He's independent. You know, all that's coming back to him. Sean Paul's signed to a label, right? So all that's got to go back to the label and all of this and all of that and that and that and that and his rider and all that. Like Kartel is just basically scraping money off the top. So when it comes to money, I would think that Kartel is richer than Sean Paul. When it comes to global reach, Kartel doesn't have a hit record.
And actually, just so you know, I just Googled it. Sean Paul is worth like 5 times more than Kartel.
Really?
Like $25 million is net worth. But that's also because one thing that I didn't realize it till he did a show at Foxwoods a few years ago, probably like 5 or 6 years ago now. And we had Copper Shot here, and Copper Shot's also his DJ. So we went, and I was with Mark Chin, and like he's performing songs. I'm like, what is this? And he has all these songs with like Colombian artists from all over the world that are like massive hit songs that we in the dancehall community have no clue about. And they're like gold records. You know what I mean? Like he has so many songs out there that the dancehall community has never even heard, never even touched. Because I'm listening, I'm like, and they're with big artists, big R&B artists, big reggaeton artists, the huge artists, and they're massive hits. And I had never heard any of them, not a single one.
And that's the thing. It's a tough question, right? When we talk global reach, that's everywhere. Us in the garrison, we think that our little corner is where the world spin, right? But trust me, the world is ginormous. And when you're Sean Paul and you're touring, oh Jesus, quit smoking. Excuse me for that. When you're on tour and you're going market to market to market and promoting yourself, that's a different global reach than just doing Atlanta, New Jersey, New York. So I don't know.
You had brought up Wyoming or whatever, and like
he brought up Wyoming.
Like Sean Paul could go to Wyoming and like have a successful show, like,
right?
You know what I mean? Like that, like he could definitely do that. He can go to Los Angeles and probably have a successful show. I don't know if Kartel's reach has even got that, because California is a little bit behind the times when it comes to dancehall music.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't know. I know the vibe is building out there, but it's not there yet. I don't know if he could have a massive successful show there. Like I don't. Like I had a friend of mine keep telling me, you should bring him to the new stadium in Pawtucket and Rhode Island. I'm like, bro, no, like that's a recipe for disaster and lose all my money. I said, if you want to pay for it, I'll do it. That's about it.
Yeah, I think this is I think this is a tough conversation. I think it's just a conversation just to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But when you really sit down on the nuts and bolts of it, I hate the king of the dancehall conversation because all the kings are still alive, right? Yellow Man's still alive.
It's gonna be in Rhode Island this summer.
Where?
Ocean Mist by the beach.
How do we get into that?
I don't know, because I think it's a Saturday. So once I saw the date, I was like, well, I can't.
Jesus Christ! No. We got to do that, Teddy. We have to. We have to.
Usually, I think he comes every year.
Right, but
every year. Yeah. When I had my restaurant, he came. I fed him. He brought his food for him and everything.
Yo, Teddy, we have to make a run for that.
Yeah, he's been here every year. Same with back in the day, Ika Mouse used to stay in Rhode Island. I'd be seeing him at Stop and Shop and stuff.
That's crazy. Probably had a little catty out there.
He did. He had some down by that Ocean Mist venue, and we go to the Stop and Shop, and there's Ika Mouse because he's mad tall, so he stands right out.
That's crazy. Let's stay in this topic here as we talk about light skin versus dark skin. Let's mix it up. Shaggy, Sean Paul, Kartel. Who's done more for dancehall?
I'm gonna go one further for you.
All right, let's do it.
If we want to really say who,
let's cause problems.
If we go backwards, right,
and
who had like the first big hits that were crossover? That's what really introduced dancehall to the masses.
Right.
So you're talking about like probably Cobra, probably like Snow.
Shabba.
Probably Shaba, probably Chakademus and Pliers. Those are the ones that initially introduced to the masses.
How ugly was Shaba though? Was Shabi like I know that the guy came looking for him from it was In Living Color, but how ugly was Shaba?
That was terrible. Yeah.
But a lot of his stuff was true though. He was like even ugly on the phone. Have you had a conversation?
I mean, I filmed Shaba. I don't know how ugly he is. I never really looked at him.
That Living Color skit was hilarious. Though, I gotta say.
He look like he does look like a fucked up Bobby Brown though?
Oh man, I would not say that.
I mean,
as a Bostonian, you know Bobby Brown, right? You could see the difference.
Of course.
How come they never did a duet together? Like that's my crazy part. Like,
how come we never did a duet together? Two different genres, probably. Oh my God, this guy's nuts. Is that a bar? That's a bar. I mean, Picatra, every black person back then had a high top fade or the step fade where it went like this.
I had a high top fade.
It was an accident though, but it was it went viral though.
Yeah. That was the thing. All right, let's check the show notes here. Let me see here.
While he's checking the show notes, like I think everybody in the world knew Flex. Everybody in the world knew Murder She Wrote. Like those are like massive. I think back to the Yo MTV Rap days and like what dancehall artists they used to feature, and those are all like, they used to push all those.
Yeah, artists. But Snow was a one-hit wonder. Snow went to prison and he never really recovered from it.
Yeah, no, that was his one hit for the radio, but then we still play the other song, with Ninja and all those other, with the Anything.
Snow went to prison?
Anything for You.
What did Snow go to prison for?
I don't know, Canada for something I forgot, but yeah, he was in there for a little while too.
Get out of town. Was he in there for drugs? What was he in there for?
I don't know. Look it up.
Hey, let's Google. You gotta Google that.
But Snow, Anything for You still plays. We still play that June.
And who's he with that?
Ninja really rated him because he was also, I think that's Ninja really rated him. He was on VP.
Where does Snow come from?
Canada.
Toronto.
Oh, that's why his name is Snow. I thought he was Snow because he was white.
Mississauga.
That makes sense why they call him Snow. He's from Canada.
Right. That's all it does up there.
That's all it friggin' does up there.
Man, I know he was in prison, but it's not in his Wikipedia. But I know I knew it went to. Oh wait, here we go. Nope. They talk about his criminal history before he became big, but not afterwards.
What was his criminal history before he came big?
He just said bar fights, and that one of his songs was Oh no, it's separate. He was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. He was detained for a year in Toronto before the charges were reduced to aggravated assault. He was acquitted and freed.
Wow. So Snow was a bad man. It wasn't like some little white guy doing dancehall. So when he said informer, like he really meant that.
Yeah. It looks like he grew
life.
up like, you know, that area in Toronto, there's a ridiculous amount of, there's a lot of Jamaicans there, you know, a lot. So
really? I thought Snow was some like popcorn white dude. So he looked like he was in the streets.
I mean, if you listen to that Anything For You song, that song's wicked. It's wicked to this day. It's wicked.
Really?
Yeah, Paul plays that all the time.
What's the name of it?
Anything For You. It's got
Anything
Nadine
For You.
Sullivan, Beenie Man, Terra Fabulous in it. Uju's in it, I think.
Oh, I'll do anything gang for you.
Yeah.
What rhythm is that on?
Let's see here. That was on Snow's record. That was Snow's song, not their song.
Oh, it was on his rhythm. Oh, it was on his. I don't believe we're talking about Snow.
I know, it's not crazy.
That's crazy that we're talking about Snow. I didn't know Snow got down like that.
I think you met my cousin. He's an artist, Billy Lightning. And when I was in high school, Snow was at a local mall. They was promoting that first record, like Informer just got big. And we went and we tried to challenge him to a sound clash, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, he ain't having it. Wow.
Imagine if you would have won. It would have really ruined his reputation.
Yeah, he'd have been screwed.
I mean,
my cousin's real good too. He might have, you know.
Wow, I didn't know this about Snow. I thought he just had one song and that was it. I didn't know. So how many songs does this dude have? 2, 3, 4
full records.
Snow has 2 full. Well, I would assume. Yeah, I assume he had
12
one
inches
record,
of snow, right? I mean,
yeah, that was one of them. And then Anything For You was on his second record, I think.
12 inches of snows, and I mean, shit.
He was on Atlantic. He was on a big label too.
Shit, I need to put some respect on Snow's name, man. I always thought that he was just like, you know what I'm saying? But that dude was probably in the culture. And that's probably why his song was so accepted, because he was in the culture.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to like, you know, Chromatic will drop that song, you know. Richie Feelings will play that song. That song's a big song. It's a big song.
Jeez Louise.
Yep.
All right, what we got here for the show notes here? All right, we're gonna do 2 things here. I know this is a dancehall show. Have you guys are up to speed with anything going on with Drake and the label?
Not me. I don't listen to anything, but
how about you, Pacatra? Are you versed
I don't listen to but Roots. I'm a Roots guy, man.
Wow.
I mean, I respect dancehall, but I'm a Roots guy. I like Roots.
You really? All right.
I even drink Roots, you know.
Jeez Louise. PopCon finally gets the Drake album credit after almost a decade of features that lived on PopCon's projects. Twist and Turn, All I Need, We Can Done. The Unruly Boss officially lands on Drake's album, Amazing Shape. Track 6 on Maid of Honor, part of Drake's surprise triple album, dropped on May 15th. Iceman. I can't pronounce the other one. Bobby Shakes has been watching this OVO Portmore Bridge being built for a long time. Dancehall in the mainstream, album credit line, long overdue. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys Drake fans? Or are you PopCon fans? How do you feel? Who wants to attack it first?
I mean, I don't know, but all I can say about Drake is this. There was a song he made as like a dancehall rhythm, and he said "Chargy" on the song, and it aggravated the hell out of me because he sounded like a tool, and I and really he should have had like, I think, you know, he's been, you know, with Popcorn for a minute, so if he's just getting credit now, that's messed up. And yeah, no,
that's a bar.
You know, I'm all about. I'm a Popcorn fan, but I'm definitely. I mean, you know, I don't know much about his music, but I just remember that one song because that song used to play in the dance. It might even still play sometime earlies, and I'd be like, well, yo, why is he saying that? Like, no, he needs to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Because I think honestly, like he is a culture vulture. You know what I mean? Like he was all into these making rhythms and doing stuff with dancehall artists, but then he just like stopped because it was just like a thing. Like he's not into it. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not a big fan at all.
I know you're not a hip hop dude, but Drake or Kendrick Lamar, who you messing with?
And I honestly I couldn't even. All I know about the other guy is he did the Super Bowl show and I couldn't understand anything he was saying.
You want to hear something crazy? They had a black dude for one Super Bowl, and they had a Hispanic dude one day on another Super Bowl, and I understood the Hispanic guy more than I did the black guy.
Me too, and I didn't even know what he was
crazy.
saying, but I understood the gist of it.
I have no clue what that brother said.
Nope.
No clue. No clue. That was crazy. And you know what's so crazy about it? Like, let me go for. I'm gonna bring you in there. You know what's so crazy about it? Like, liberals loved that whole Kendrick Lamar thing because it was like he's so free and he's like breaking the barrier and he's showing the prison yard and the slavery and Kendrick Lamar is for the people. I'm like, yo, man, Drake is fighting the establishment as a half black man. One would think that Drake is more revolutionary than Kendrick Lamar, 4 feet tall. A doobie dabba 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 doobie doobie da. A doobie doobie dabba dabba doobie doobie da. Doobie doobie da. Doobie doobie da. Doobie 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 da. Do da do ba do dee do da do dee do da dee do. I mean, it's horrible. Horrible.
To me, none of them can hang with like KRS-One and Tribe Called Quest.
Come on,
guys.
Not at all. Controller. Track from Views Popcorn was heavily sampled.
Yeah.
Oversample.
That's the one.
Yep. There was some controversy about proper credit acknowledgement. Drake has always had dancehall influence. He's been vocal about it. Spent time in playing that rhythm too. You know, Popcorn and Drake also had a genuine relationship just beyond that record. So if you're friends, why not just give credit from day one? Like that does it make sense? Make it make sense.
I mean, let's look into that now when we talk about, like, I don't know the dynamics of Popcorn's situation, but I think you can't you should be able to get credit if you do something, but I don't know if he's got his publishing lined up.
It also could be a situation where Popcorn took a flat fee of money, you know what I mean? And then that because I know a lot of dancehall, like people write a song for a dancehall artist, they just take a flat fee and they're not listed in the credits, they're not getting any publishing, they're not getting any back end stuff. It's just they took a flat fee to up front.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like I build a rhythm, right? I put the rhythm out, and if you want a voice on said rhythm, usually I'll just give you a flat fee, $8 grand, $10 grand. We're just making numbers up. We don't know. 100 grand, $1 million grand, it doesn't matter. But if your publishing is not lined up right, if your back end deals is not lined up right, you just take the one money and run. But we all know that taking that one money and run is cool because you get your money up front and you don't have to pay taxes or whatever. I don't know how they do that. But then again, 35 years, your copyright has to come back to you, right? After 35 years, the United States copyright law states that intellectual property should be returned back to the property that made the intellectual property. So that's also a problem too. But within that 35 years, a lot of shit could, I shouldn't swear, a lot of stuff could go wrong, right? So you could voice on a rhythm with Drake, you know, it's just a throwaway song, because you're an artist and just a 1-2, and then that record comes out, and then it's on an album, and then some dude in Hollywood is writing a script, and it's like, yo, you know what? That's a pretty dope song for this scene, and then he takes that song, and because you ain't got no back end deal, and you got your money up front, there's nothing you can do. You got to wait 35 years and then figure it out. But I think the back end deal with a lot of these artists is what's missing. You got to get your business right, man. I think the business, I said this the other day. I don't know who I said this to. As an artist, I think an artist's weakness is his talent. Every artist, I don't care what you do, it's your talent. It's the back end. Like, you got to make sure that your back end is secure. Like, when I do real estate photography, I'm going to scale them with real estate agents, and I'm like, I ain't booking this dude no more. Tell you a quick story. So I went to Vermont. I used to do all the ski resorts in Vermont and Okemo. Like, if you're booking a hotel to go to Vermont, I photographed all of those things. And I went up there and I shot it all. And it would take me about a day. I'll go up for Killington, shoot Killington, come back, send it off. Next week, my girl at the time was from Vermont. Go back up there again and shoot Okemo. And I sent them my invoice, and they never paid me. So I called an attorney, and I was like, yo, what do I do? And the attorney's like, yo, there's nothing you can do because you don't have a contract. And it's he said versus she said. I said, well, they're both dudes. Okay, well, you're a she because you ain't taking care of your business. So he said, she said. Right. He said, but what you can do is you could go to Getty Images. And this is very important for you photographers out there. When you go to Getty Images will have sizes of photos and how much that image size is worth. So I went on to Getty's Images and I looked at the size of the images. And I said, okay, he's got 1,000 images this size. And then on the website, on the MLS, he's using this size of an image. So I mean, he owed me $2,500. I ended up sending him a bill for $30,000 because that's what the intellectual property was really worth. So when he got the invoice, the dude called me right away. He's like, yo, Bobby, we just got an invoice for $30,000. I go, yeah. That's what you owe me for the intellectual property. And he's all like, all right, you're not going to charge us $30,000, are you? I said, that's what it is. He goes, all right, let me just cut the check for $2,500. The UPS'd it the next day or FedEx'd it the next day, and it was in my house. At that point, that's when I had the leverage then as an artist. Instead of him just giving me the $2,500, what I should have done was, for you to use these images, you got to give me a couple of cents per whatever these images are up. And from $2,500, it could have went to like a $5,000 or a $10,000 that you pay over time because you're using my images to rent out this place. And it's just like, 0.1% of the total money that's being made comes to me. And that really residual income could be happening right now until they stop using those images. And that's the problem with a lot of artists. It's the back end deal that we just don't do. Like when I come out, I mean, Teddy's a good dude, but when I come out for Island Sundays, I own the intellectual property. Teddy pays me. He's basically paying me a licensing fee. Now, if Teddy goes out and then use those pictures to do another event and makes $1 billion, I should be able to get a little piece of that. But that's the business that artists just don't do. Because, Teddy's all right, man, send that deposit. Let's go. But that's very, very important. And you notice that these artists now, they're fighting and they're pissed off and they're not getting paid. It's like, dude, you got a $10,000, bro. You got $10,000 to voice. Now this rhythm is in a movie. And you know what happens when you get $10,000 in 2005, Teddy? You have to look bush and trash out brand new suit, You stand like this. You have burn all of the big weed. You have 2 vehicles. You have one America. You have one of France. You have one of England. You know, Congo hot and everything. You bush, and then the money run out, and then now you see in your song play, and now you can't recoup that back end. And I think that's the major problem with dancehall. And I think that's the problem with dancehall now that I'm seeing, is that the young artists are moving like hip hop artists, and they're not really jumping on a rhythm just to jump on a rhythm unless they're getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like what you feel like rhythm, you see a lot of the old artists just jumping on the rhythm. And I don't know if they got paid or not, but you don't see that many new artists jumping on the rhythm unless you send over that contract.
And I think the newer artists are, have learned a little bit from their predecessors in that respect, where I think they have a little more handle on the publishing and owning the rights to their songs and stuff. I think they do. But one of the reason I say that is because the younger artists, like the dub prices that they charge people, are outrageously more expensive than than older artists, because I don't believe they need that money as much as some of the other artists do. So their dub prices are way higher. A lot of them, they may or may not want to do dubs. I don't think they, it's like a whole different ball game with some of the younger artists when it comes to that. And I think that's because they don't need that income stream as much as some of the older artists do.
Teddy, that was a great point. So walk us through that. Like, how much is like a new artist, like a Skeng? Oh, because you walk us through that.
Well, I don't know the exact prices, but I know that, like, in talking to Paul and talking to, other DJs and stuff, it's like, excuse me, the younger artists.
Oh, geez, that cough is going through the microphone straight to your computer.
They charge a lot more. And it's like, and I think it's because that they don't need the money as much. And that's I don't know exactly what they charge. But the other thing too is a lot of these artists, their songs have a shorter shelf life, so they're charging more for a dub, and the songs have a shorter shelf life. So a lot of people are like, "Why am I going to pay for that? Like, it doesn't make any sense." And then they don't seem to care because they probably have money coming in through the actual songs. Like they're not they're not in as need of it as some of the older artists are.
What says you, Pacatra?
Pertaining to far as ASCAP and copyrights go.
Yeah, the whole thing. Jump in.
Depends. If you need money and you got like baby mama and you got child support, or you got somebody to bail out of prison, then you got to take the fast money and go. But if you have like a bit of understanding and you've already invested your own money into the thing, and you understand, like, from a financial standpoint, that money over time is always better than money up front, then, about self-discipline. That's what it really comes down to. A lot of the new artists are, looking at their predecessors and seeing where they fell off at and learning from those mistakes. Like, look at TLC, look at all the, like, even look at Boston, look at the New Edition and how they went on tour and made like what? Pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
And we're exploited heavily. So it's good, like, it's good to own your masters. Look at Michael Jackson. It's good to own your masters. It's good to own your copyrights. Even James Brown, he was the first to make money off the door. He would get a certain amount of commission per ticket sold. And that was unheard of in those days as well. So it's all about being creative and being able to think outside the box when it comes to continuous revenue, continual return on investment when it comes down to it.
Let me ask you, and I think And I was just listening to Teddy and I'm listening to Pacatra, and this just came into my mind. Do you think that iTunes is now the new dub plate, right? Like you record in your basement. I don't have to wait for a sound to call me for me to give you a tune, right? It's like this, right? So if I'm an artist, I have my setup, I just go in voice, and then I could put it on iTunes, and I can make my $1,000 like I would off a dub plate. Do you guys think that iTunes is now the new dub plate for artists, right? Like they no longer have to do what they used to do. Like there was no iTunes back then. And we were talking about Sean Paul. I was the first human being to put Sean Paul on iTunes. And he almost fainted. He's like, how the hell, how am I on iTunes? Well, I put you on iTunes. Teddy, this goes to you. Do you think that iTunes has replaced the dub plate revenue?
Not so much. And the reason is because if you look at the dynamics of iTunes and how many purchases or how many streams that you have to, get for your song to actually make any money, it's pretty astronomical, especially when it comes to the streaming, Apple Music and stuff. I don't know, like because you're talking about a song that may not be a hit yet. No one might know about it. So if you're an artist that's putting out a song on iTunes, you just kind of like putting it out there and hoping for the best. Whereas if you had a song that had some traction, and you were doing dub plates for it, I think the revenue still would probably outpace it in the beginning. Because I think when it comes to Apple and iTunes, the amount of sales and streams you need is astronomical. It's like you need a lot.
So I'm not really talking about streaming. I'm really talking about just releasing a song for $1.29.
But think about that, $1.29, and what kind of, I don't know what the split is anymore with Apple. Let's say you make 50 cents off the $1.29. But you could do a dub for $300-400. Well, now it's probably like 1,000 what they want. So that doesn't, you're still gonna make more money on the dub at that point. However, if you have a massive hit that's going to be selling worldwide, then obviously iTunes can replace that revenue. But I still think, like, especially for the younger artists, for a new song, they'll probably, it's a gamble. It's a gamble with the iTunes, because you never know. You just never know what songs. Like there's songs that hit that I'm just like, that song sucks, but it's like a massive hit, So like you never know. You just it's like a gamble. It's a gamble.
Wow.
To say you're replacing it with that, to me, it's a gamble as an artist.
Well, what says you, Pacatra?
When it comes down to it, these people in the third world, aka my brothers and sisters in India, we're gonna pirate the whole thing. So even my brothers in Yard, we're gonna pirate the whole thing. So we don't really getting off a tune. Only thing to worry about is ticket sales and your performance and people to come out, because that's how Jamaicans really make the money. Because Jamaicans don't support the music. They don't. Because if they did, could have been the Grammy winner. They're not Kesnamdi, hands down. But more people outside the genre purchase a certain album, and therefore the least controversial of the two receive the accolade. Simple as that.
So you're saying, so what you're saying is that globally the dub plate money is probably more, the iTunes money is probably more than the dub plate money.
Long term, yeah, the iTunes money, the Spotify money, the streaming money might be a little bit more than the dub plate money. But the dub plate money is fast money. And you can get maybe 5,000 if you're a top rated artist.
Oh, more than that. Like a top rated artist in a dub session could 20 sounds per market. You're probably 20, 30,000 easy.
And the thing with dubs is it's also promotion. You know what I mean? So like if Paul Michael has a wicked dub plate, he's gonna play that song more. You know, like every party
Right.
will play that song. Whereas maybe he wouldn't, like, you know, if he doesn't have the wicked dub, you know, so like that. And the other thing too is, one thing to know is dubs aren't as important now as they used to be. It's the, you know, dance hall nerds like myself that will like freak out when, you know, when I hear a wicked dub. But like the younger generation of dancehall fan does not care as much about the dubs as older people.
Yeah,
Like
because
myself.
Clash is dead. I mean, Clash is making a small comeback, but the sounds that used to Clash and that were renowned for it, you know, where are they now? I mean,
And most of the dubs, I think that sounds are cutting now are more like juggling dubs, not because you want the
not
song to still,
killing.
you know, for a party, you want the song to retain its, you know, actual message and stuff. Just, you know, a little bit something special. You don't want to have, you know, you don't need a war dub in a party. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all.
Tell Matterhorn that he'll clutch himself just to have an audience.
Well, the thing is sounds still do it, but me
Right.
as being in the crowd and like hanging with the people in there and younger people and girls and everything, I could tell you they don't like that. We had a sound before come from Boston now. Well, not they, you know, they were good and they had some wicked dubs, but they were all war dubs, and the people in the crowd just it doesn't resonate with the party crowd. You know, it was like
Right.
you know, it doesn't, because they're not there for that. You know, they're there to party.
It's like
dance.
sausage fest, basically. When you have Clash,
Yeah.
you don't have enough female in the audience, and therefore you have to have like,
Ooh.
yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah, girls don't want to hear that stuff. They're not into that.
Definitely. Not.
I will say this, and I'm gonna fight back a little bit on this, but Paul Michael was probably juggling. Yo, Teddy,
Yeah.
between me and you, there's only 2 people watching the live right now. But once I've dropped this on Opus Clips, I mean, this is gonna go friggin' crazy. Paul Michael had the women screaming his name because he was playing juggling dubs.
Yeah.
Like I've never, and I'm not saying this because we're working together. You're on the stream. I'm just a real dude. It is what it is. And Paul came up to me and said, "How did I play?" I said, "Dude, I've known you for 100 years. You played out of your friggin' skull Sunday before we went to Parlor.
Yeah.
Played out of his skull. The juggling dubs work. The killing dubs don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why sounds don't have a set of juggling dubs that becomes your anthem. Like once Paul Michael, I feel it. I said this to him.
Well, Stone Love, they have juggling dubs. That's
Yes,
what they
Stone
do.
Love juggling dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have juggling dubs. I believe, but I think we're in a great trajectory. Like the team that we're building, I think we're in a really great trajectory to really do some really cool things in the space. But you're right. You have to do juggling dubs. You have to do your war dubs, and that's just it.
Because the thing too with the juggling dubs is that like there's been parties that we had a lot of new, like Island Saturdays, and we'll have a lot of new Jamaican fans come out that had never been before, and they look at me, they look at Paul, they're like, the fuck, excuse my language, what are these guys, what do they know about dancehall? And then Paul will come in with some cartel juggling dubs, and they're like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like all those bounty dubs he has and stuff like that. It definitely, it sounds good. It makes a difference. And it's also, you know, it's key, I think.
All right, here, let me maximize here. All right, here we go.
Well, that's Protege, but I sent you new pictures today, just now.
Yeah, I know, but photos? Yeah, but this is what we call yeah, there we go. Let me get rid of the chat here. All right, walk us through this.
This is SOB's last Wednesday night. This is Bloodfire, and this is because Namde was the light skinned brother. You know, he comes from a very musical family. Kalissa, McDonald. Even his brother-in-law is
Chronics.
Jacques.
No, Chronics.
No, his sister married Jacques, right?
No, she married Calissa married Chronics.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No, the other sister.
Oh, I don't know about the other one. My bad.
The one that's like went to UCLA and it's like the nutritionist. Yeah. So his parents are also musicians as well. But he was the first to actually like, get the accolade of getting a Grammy Award. So it was very, very, very well attended concert performance. I had the opportunity of meeting him. He brought the great Marlon Asher to the stage.
Really? That's a bar.
Yeah,
Ganja Farmer.
definitely.
Give us some SA. What's your ASA on this right here?
ISO like 5,000.
ASA. What's your ISO? What's your f stop? What's your shutter speed?
Oh, 2.8 all the way around.
2.8 all the way.
160.
160 per second.
Yeah.
And what's the ISO up at?
5,000. You see the brown?
5,000.
Yeah, it's 5,000.
5,000.
Sony, you could crank it all the way up.
Right.
This is my publicist doing the interview. This is Grace Van Riel, Live Reggae NYC.
Oh, wow.
She gives me a lot of access to a lot of stuff. Really grateful.
That.
Look up trading photos also, because I have an interview online with those guys as well.
Man, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, let me pull up. I need a publicist. Oh, whoops. All right. So this weekend I did. What did I do? I did. Hold on a second here. Man, this was a busy, bloody weekend. Hold on.
My brother Ghetto Hype's birthday, I think, right?
Yeah, I did the Ghetto Hype's birthday. I'm just lining everything up here. Set up the scene screen. Yeah, so this weekend we did 405 and Ding Dong.
Oh wow, congrats. Yeah, that's a big show, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent show. We was in the studio with them on Friday. Friday night, I think
that's a great shot. Like the pool table is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the promoter.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, FC. And there's 450.
Oh, lovely. Go back. That was nice. Yeah, like the shots of the audience.
Thank you.
This is all with fisheye.
Yeah, so this is a fisheye. My ASA was I think it was 250 per second. ISO was cranked up to 64,000.
Wow. It's been dark, very dark in that venue.
Yeah, it was very dark. The my f-stop was at 2.8 because that's the highest it could go.
Who's that? Go back.
That's a beautiful lady from
out every week?
Yeah, she comes out every week dressed like that. She's a rock star.
She be at Ted's thing? She come to Ted's thing?
You know what? I might bring her to Ted's thing. Oh,
definitely.
Look at these toes, huh? These are nice toes.
She's a pigeon-toed, man.
I love toes. And here's Tenora and
wow, look at that. Look back. Go back. Look at that light. Go back.
You mean go forward? Oh, what am I doing?
It's like a burst of light. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's a 50? That's a 50 millimeter?
That's a 50 millimeter. Yeah, 50 millimeter. I'm wide open. 1.8.
Oh, you gotta get that. That's nice.
Yo, Philip, man, thank you so much for coming to the chat. Philip, since you're in here, as we're going through some photos here, type why you think Sean Paul is bigger than Kartel. And here's 450 again. I thought it was a good show. I still think I'm still in love with the Baby Sham show. I think that's the best show I've seen so far. I think 450 is good. I think Ding Dong is good. That's him feeding.
This on the Causeway?
No. This was at Big Night Live.
Okay.
This was at Big Night Live.
Small venue. Okay. Wow, that's pretty.
I think 1,500.
Was on North End, right?
Yeah, North End is next door to the let me see here.
It's connected to the TD Bank Arena. TD.
Yeah, connected to the TD.
Causeway. That's what I said.
Yeah. Look at this one, huh? Jeez Louise. Wow. I'm just trying to get to Ding Dong here. Yeah, so I've been switching it up. I don't want to give my lenses because I went out and I bought a whole bunch of lenses, new lenses for different compression value. So I'm not going to release the focal length of what I'm using now, but I'm using a crazy focal length now. And let me get to.
You think a 70 by 200 is useful in that venue, or just the 50 is fine? Or
now I like a 70. I like a 70-200 in a nightclub like this because I could compress it really hard and just the background would just melt off. I like a 70-200.
But it's quartered off. You don't have to be all up in the audience taking the shots. There's like a
right. You don't. Yeah. I don't have to be in the artist's face. If I had the 70-200, it probably would have cropped him in. It probably would have got the shoulder. It probably would have been his arm and his face from here to his head, and the background would have just melted out. But the problem with the 70-200, you have to have different bodies. So here's Ding Dong. Oh, they're all mixed in. Look at that. That's a handful of wow, look at that. That's a handful. All right, let me get to Ding Dong. So here's Ding Dong. It was a great show. Next week we'll talk more about it because I'll have some actual video because I was in the recording studio with them. I hadn't had a chance to put it up. By the time I got home, I had to go outside and dig up I have like these veggie gardens in the back that I had to dig up. So I was digging them up. And of course, they bring this young lady on stage that they do the running. That's Island Saturdays with Walshy Killer. So after we did that, that's I Love Dancehall. What do we do after that? Oh my God. What is going on here? This is Shaggy.
Shaggy is doing June 2nd. They're doing something in the Brooklyn Library with Shaggy.
Yeah, with my boy Max Glazier.
Yeah, Max Glazier, Federation Sound.
Yeah, that's our fan. That Max.
Were they doing something?
Brooklyn Library.
Max does a thing there. I think he plays there often in the summertime. I've seen him on the steps out there and stuff.
We got to do an invasion. So this is Paul Michael at Paul. There's Teddy.
Wow.
This is a good vibe, man.
Yeah, it's a cool little spot, man. It's like a chill spot, like.
Yeah, take us through it, Teddy. Take us through it.
Yeah, it's a local spot in Providence. It's actually been around for probably like 100 years. They used to be next door to it. If you looked, I should have pointed it out to you. It's a parking lot, but if you look in the back of the parking lot, there's like it's like an incline. It used to be called the Rhode Island Auditorium. That was where like one of the first NBA basketball teams played, which was the Providence Steamrollers. They used to have a hockey team that played there. Rocky Marciano fought like 20 fights there, and that parlor used to be called the Penalty Box. That was like the bar that everyone would go to after the hockey games at the arena way back in the day. And it's been the parlor for a while. It's like they do a lot of live music there. But the vibe is cool. Someone that came out, one of my Jamaican friends said, you know what? She said, I feel like this is like my neighborhood bar in Jamaica. Like this is what this is like the feel that it's just hard to make any, profit there. You know what I mean? Because it's small. But I thought the vibe was good. I thought the music was wicked. And people had a good time. So that at the end of the day, as a promoter, you don't want to lose money. And I didn't lose, but I didn't make any. But I thought it was a fun time. I thought it was a good vibe. And
you want to do this every Sunday, Teddy?
The tough thing about Sundays in Providence is Sundays is normally a 1 a.m. close. That was a 2 a.m. because it was a holiday Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
If you want local bar,
are 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday is 2 a.m., but Sunday is 1. If you want local Jamaican bar vibe, you've got to install a couple of video gambling games.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be so. The funny thing is when I had my restaurant, I had a restaurant in Providence called Halfway Tree, and I had a guy trying to get me to put those in the restaurant, but they were not legal. And I was like, man, I'm just starting. I don't need to have I don't need to have those kind of problems right now.
Right.
Trivia Pursuit is one thing they do in Kingston. Surprisingly, I didn't know this, but they do. They like to play Trivia Pursuit in the bar.
Like a trivia night.
Yeah, there's like one thing that's really hot.
Yeah,
surprisingly enough, I didn't know.
Before we got shut down, we had planned to do a trivia night, and we also had planned to do reggae bingo. We were planning on doing that too, musical bingo with only reggae songs. But then the shooting occurred, and that was all she wrote.
In Providence,
Providence. I'm telling you, Providence is going to be my new hangout spot.
Oh man, Bobby, I wish you were around when my restaurant was there because you would have loved it. It was awesome. Halfway Tree. It was real authentic vibes.
Who did all the cooking over there? You?
Nah. My chef his name was, we call him Shati Max. He's from Portland. Yep. Shati was the chef.
Wow. So, who's going to this June 1st? Macca Mondays reunion.
Man, I remember going to Macca Mondays. That shit was fun.
Yeah, you going? We got to make an appearance to Macca Monday.
What day of the week is that? June 1st.
Probably a Monday.
Try and go. I'm not working in. If I'm
what
not
about
working
Three
on my
C's
regular
reunion?
job.
A 3 C's I haven't heard of a 3 C's reunion.
I think Rodigan's done a couple of those.
I mean, I've never got an invite. Come on, Rodigan. I can have a 3 C's reunion. I don't have Bobby Shakes at a Rodigan reunion.
Maybe.
Yep. He hasn't done one in years, but I know he did at least one or two at I think them at Russell's.
Russell Auditorium. Yeah, I saw Farrakhan do it. He spoke there. Russell Auditorium.
Yeah, so this is Real Recognized Real, and yeah, man, it was a busy weekend, bro. Friday night we did Ding Dong 450. Saturday I had a private birthday party. Then I had Real Recognized Real, and then I had a party at Urban Wild, which is a 30+ event. Then after 30+ event with Paul Michael, I had to jump in the car and zip out to Rhode Island. So I worked.
How was the drive?
How was the what?
The drive.
Oh yeah. I was on the other side of Boston. I was in Somerville basically, and had to drive to Rhode Island. So there was it was a troop. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dial in my colors. So that's why I went out to. Sorry, Teddy. That's why I went out to Parlor, because I'm just trying to dial in my colors, and I want to start giving a different look to these venues. I want to stop using flash a lot and get like some candidates like this and stuff like this. And then obviously use the flash too. But I just think if I bring in flash and use non-flash, it gives it seemed like the photo album breathes a little bit more when everything doesn't look like this.
Yeah, it'll have to be pristine. I got a brand new IT32 flash.
Okay.
I'm just learning it. It's very small, but I do recommend you try it at least once.
It's the little one that goes on top. Who makes it? Godox?
Yeah, Godox makes really great stuff.
How much is that flash?
With the trigger, like $130 from Amazon next day Prime.
Send me the link for that. What is that thing called?
IT32.
Amazon. Let's make sure nothing shady jumps up here on stream. Man, Bobby Chase is looking at BBWs. Let me see here. What is it called?
It was like Amazon. Godox IT32 flash.
Oh, there it is. The feds is listening to us. This thing?
Yeah.
It comes with all these flashes? Or, I mean, what am I looking at? It's just one flash?
It's just one flash. And it comes with a wire. It comes with that little stand. Comes with like these little orange pieces that go on top of the flash. It comes with this like soft box. It's pretty cool.
So can this be held off camera?
Yeah, exactly. You can take it off camera as well.
Oh, that because it comes with the trigger.
Right. The trigger is like the 5. I got Sony, so I got 5SX. X5S. That's what I've got. The trigger.
You got which one you got? The X5S?
Yeah, that's the trigger I have.
So what is the X5C, X5? What is all this?
Depends on which camera you have. You have what, Canon or something?
I have a Nikon.
You gotta get
but there's like
Nikon. Yeah, they have it for Nikon also.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Why is there so many different?
There's only like 5 pieces. You get this trigger, you get the stand, you get this little silly bag, you get the cable, and you get the soft box, and you got this little orange pieces that go on top of the flash. Unless you want to do, I don't know why you would use those, but they give you.
That's for color temperature. That's for color temperature. So let's say you're in a blue place, and you want to just change your color temperature, or I like using it. It just makes your photos warmer to match the light sometimes.
But you've got this red, green, and gold light all the time, so it's like, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it all depends. Like sometimes you go to a venue, the lighting is cool because of the LED lights. So then you just put this on. I mean,
right.
You can adjust your white balance. You're supposed to white balance before you get to the venue anyway. But
I used to use auto.
Oh, you can't do auto. You gotta manually white balance. What's the matter with you, guy?
Kelvin, like 2700 or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It all depends on the venue. All depends on the light setup. It all depends on what the artist is doing, light show, what the venue is doing. But I usually take a couple frames and then I adjust my white balance according to the room to get a temperature. And sometimes I white balance incorrectly just for color. So if it's a really white blue room, sometimes I white balance for something really warm. I use my white balance more as color than I do. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering what the hell's all this. Oh, it doesn't work on my camera, bro.
Not for Nikon?
Nah, it doesn't work on the D850. D800, D750, D7, 610, D5, D200, D200. D200 is my favorite Nikon camera. D300, D5, D4, D10, D780. Yeah, it doesn't work on my camera.
That sucks.
Oh, that more than sucks.
Does it work on a Z?
Yeah, it works on the Z's. It works on the
it's mirrorless. That's why.
Yeah, it works Z5 Mark II.
Yeah.
It works at the Z6. Doesn't work on the Z6 Mark III. It works on the Z7 Mark II. It works on the Z8, and it works on the ZFC. But it doesn't work on the Nikon D850, which is bullcrap. I'll call B&H and see what they got for me.
Yeah, they probably have a lot. Or what's that place? Hunt's is good. You still have Hunt's camera?
Yeah, we still have Hunts out here. I've been shopping a lot in the Rhode Island Hunts because like Teddy's kidnapping me, man. Like,
once you go to New Hampshire, they don't have sales tax, right? Did they have sales tax in Rhode Island?
Yeah, 7%.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something right now. And I love Rhode Island. It's been great. I love the partnership with Rhode Island. Before we leave, I don't understand that damn bloody state, Rhode Island, okay? You can't buy rolling papers in Rhode Island. Yeah, you can't buy rolling papers. And if you do find a place that's selling rolling papers, it's about $8 for a pack of rolling papers. Right?
I'm going to give you a tip. So if you're in Rhode Island, right? The cool thing about Rhode Island is small. So for me, I'm in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Right over the border, Attleboro is 5 minutes away, right?
So there you go.
Attleboro, State Line Liquors, they have all your rolling papers, a million different varieties.
Really?
And they're real cool people. They're from India. They're awesome. They went and found Tiger Bone for me. So if you want to get Tiger Bone wine, they got that there. You want Ray and Nephew, they got every size Ray and Nephew there. They got every variety of Appleton rum, everything. Yeah, they got Dragon Stout. They got Dragon Stout Spitfire.
Wow, we gotta go there, Bobby. We gotta go there.
Yeah, it's like literally like right over the border. It's called State Line. So you got Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and Attleboro. It's right there, and they have everything, including a million. Like if you go, there's like a wall of rolling papers that you can pick from.
Yeah, because I really didn't understand that. Like,
and then they get a bonus. If you take a left out of there, 1 block up, there's a brand new dispensary that just opened up.
Wow. You can't buy rolling tobacco in Providence.
I didn't know that, but I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yeah.
So I'm really confused, and you got to help me out here. Okay, so they videotape you for speeding, right? Massachusetts doesn't do that. You could just walk into a gun shop and just pick up a gun as long as you got a Rhode Island license, right? Massachusetts, you gotta pass a test or whatever, which is a little bit easier.
You gotta take a written test on Rhode Island to buy a gun. Yeah.
You don't wear a helmet, right? You can ride the motorcycle without a helmet. So Rhode Island is very weird. It has these rules that are crazy. You can't smoke hand-rolled tobacco, but you could buy a gun and ride a motorcycle without a helmet. Like, make that make sense.
Hey, up until probably 10 or 20 years ago, you couldn't buy liquor on Sundays. Every liquor store was closed, and every car dealership was closed. You couldn't open a car dealership like on Sundays for some reason. It was so weird.
Man.
Yeah. And like even a crazier law is when I got my first restaurant my second restaurant I was going to open up on Smith Street over by the State House. I had architecture drawings. Oh, it was sick. It was so nice. And I got my liquor license because no one came to dispute my liquor license when I applied.
Right.
Because I went to all the neighbors and I took care of it. And there was a church behind us. And I made a deal with the church not to go to the licensing board, right? So I was going to pay them $500 a month to use their parking lot for my chef and my employees to park at. Then there's a pub that didn't want us there, but didn't go to the meeting. Went to the church. The church called the State House. They revoked the liquor license I got approved for. That's because you can't have a liquor license within 250 yards of a church, and it doesn't even matter what kind of church. This is a church in a house. And you couldn't have the liquor license within 250 yards of the church, and this was like 230 yards, within the church. So that was it.
So you had to get rid of the restaurant with the liquor license.
Yeah, so I had never opened there, but I had bought all the equipment. the chairs. I had the fire marshal already give me my capacity, everything. Yeah. But that's how crazy the laws are in Rhode Island. So weird.
I think, I mean, I haven't been anywhere, but I haven't been everywhere, but I've been in a lot of places in the United States. Across the board, real SXR 30 on the check-in. Yeah, I've been to everywhere. I think Massachusetts overall is a good state to live in. It's just real expensive.
I think it's ranked like one of the top 3 or 4 states in the country to live in.
Yeah, Massachusetts is really great. Rhode Island is great because you're very close to Massachusetts.
I mean, I look at Rhode Island where I'm in Pawtucket. I can be on Blue Hill Avenue in 40 minutes if there's no traffic. I can be at the beach in 35 minutes if I want to go to the beach. If I decide I want to go to New York, I'm 3 hours away from New York. I'm in the middle of everything right here.
Yeah. Rhode Island is nice. Hey, Real, we're gonna ask you a question before we get out of here. Who has been more influential for dancehall? Sean Paul or Kartel? Let's see what he says. Always got to get the viewers involved here.
Hell's yeah.
Let's see what he says. Let's show him on stream here. Wow, he's typing an essay as we wait. Give him a couple more minutes. Yeah, I'm banned on Facebook, right?
That's good. That's why when I
Sean
posted
Paul
today,
speaks 3 different languages.
Say that again, Teddy.
Oh no, I tagged you on when I posted the link. I just tagged you on everything because I didn't know if you could even post it.
Yeah, I can't even post it. Yeah, so I mean that's why I'm in Facebook jail to.
What did you do to get banned?
So what happened was there was a lady that I guess that just got married, and she came on Facebook and she was screaming like, I don't understand why if you're at my wedding you can wait 2-3 hours to smoke weed. You go outside into the parking lot, you smoke weed, you come back into my wedding, and my whole wedding smells like skunk. And then all the other women are chiming in. Excuse me. That happened to my wedding. My wedding smelled like skunk. My wedding smelled like purple haze. These people are so inconsiderate. It's disrespectful. Why can't you wait to go home to smoke weed or come to the recession, the wedding high, and then take a shower so you're high, but you're not smoking weed? So, all these women going back and forth.
But they drink alcohol. There's open bar at most weddings. So what's the difference?
But they don't like the marijuana smell in their wedding. I mean, hey, listen, she's rented the venue. She's paying a lot of money for it. So I said jokingly, as a joke, I like to do the white stuff, and I like having fornication at people's weddings.
That's the best part about the wedding. Fornication. Fornication is definitely it's required. It's required at the.
If I come to your wedding
and funerals as well,
Funerals. I've never had sex at a funeral.
Fornication at the funeral. That's how you don't know, man. Because
everyone's
grieving. You got to take advantage of the situation.
Wow.
Well, I've had 2 weddings. In my first wedding, people was doing both the white stuff and the weed. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language.
What about the fornication? Was the fornication there as well?
Weed and no one cared.
Was there fornication?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully.
Probably. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, there hasn't been a wedding that I've been to where I haven't. Well, there was one wedding, the only wedding I've ever been to where I haven't fornicating, and it was the last one I went to, my buddy's wedding. What's his name? Zach. Is it Zach? Wizard. Oh my God, I forgot his name. I'm supposed to be like his mentee or mentor or whatever.
You went to his wedding, right? You know the guy. Come on, you gave him.
Yeah, I went to his wedding.
You gave him a gift.
I gave him a gift. I think. What do we give? I think I gave like 300.
You actually went, right? You in the audience. You not actually there working. You actually went to the wedding, right?
Yeah, no, I actually went to the wedding. He had his own photographer, and that was the only wedding I didn't fornicate in because me and the old lady, we were on the outs, and we barely even went to the wedding. Like the day before we went, I said to her, "Say, hey, we going to this wedding or not?" She's all like, "Yeah, why not?" So we did. We went to the wedding. It was one of the last great times with my ex that I've had that I can remember. But we didn't fornicate because I don't know, you know, life gets tricky. But before that, if you invite me to your wedding, I'm going after. If I'm single, if I am single, I am going after the bridesmaids if they're single. Definitely, like that's a given. If you invite me to your wedding, like the bridesmaids, one of the bridesmaids is getting bussed down. I mean, what are we doing here? And yeah, and if I can't find a bridesmaid, then I just usually fornicate with the person that I brought. So you remember my, we won't say her name, but my ex. Oh my God, me and her, like even when I was working, like they'll be like, man, she would go, where's the 70 to 200? And the people lining up to take pictures, I have no idea what that means. Like, go to 70 to 200 is in the bag in the because I would leave camera equipment in the car. She goes, where's the 7200? I go, the 7200's in the car. You want to go and grab it? And this is as I'm lining up the people to take the photo. And then she'll come back and go, I don't see the 7200. And then I'll do the obvious, stupid woman thing. Like, come on, jeez. Like, you can't find the lens? And she goes, no, I can't find it. So we and her had like a little fake argument. And then we would disappear for 5 minutes to get like one stroke in and come back with a 70 to 200.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've had.
That's not the Greek.
No, that's not the Greek.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Vermont. So yeah, Vermont. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We did. Geez, Louise. And like people's houses too. Like if we slept over someone's house, or like, we'd be like when we used to go back and forth to New York, I'd be all like, yo, man, let me use your bathroom real quick. Like me and my girl, we got to go take a piss, go in there, get one stroke in and be out. Yeah, we were, that's one of my things. That's the only thing I love in this life besides my kids is wedding fornication. I think it's great. The girls love it. Because it's, wedding, everybody's happy. Teddy, you ever fornicated somebody's wedding?
I haven't been to that many weddings to, let me preface it by saying that. So no, I don't believe I have, but I've only been to maybe my sister, like maybe 4 weddings, including the 2 that, maybe 5 weddings total, including the 2 that I was involved in. Those obviously, I mean.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, you were married twice?
Yeah. Yep.
Why did you do that twice? So, man, hey, let me sign up where I can lose half of my shit.
Yeah. The first one was a mistake. We were young. It was
right.
A good idea. She was a boxer.
Oh Jesus! How did that end? You guys punching each other in the face?
No. But yeah, that was probably a bad idea. But it is what it is. That one's done in the past. I got no beef. Because it helped me be better as a human, and that's why I get my wife now is pretty awesome. Right. And I need to be married to a Jamaican. I can't be married to just some random non-Jamaican. Doesn't work.
Non-Jamaican. Jeez.
Sorry, everybody out there. No offense.
No offense.
But
no
it's just like the call because like non-Jamaicans don't understand. Like even non-Jamaicans that I've dated, they don't understand. They don't get it. They don't get my love for the parties. They don't get my love for the music. They don't get, you know what I mean? Like they just don't. It just doesn't register.
Yeah, this business is really. Like I'm explaining it to the girl that you see me hanging with now.
Yep.
Right.
And she's like really like what the hell is going on here? Because this culture is what the hell is going on? Like what is going on? She'll go to a venue and be like, it's empty. It's 12 o'clock and it's empty. But yeah, people are coming at 1 o'clock. She goes, why do people do that? Why do they show up at 1? Why do they show up at 9?
It's Boston. I was surprised as well.
No, it's not Boston. It's dancehall in general. It's just even in Rhode Island and Island Saturdays, that thing don't get packed to about 12:45. Friggin' Teddy's there from 8:30.
Yeah, I'm stressing out. No matter how long I've been doing it, I'd be stressing out.
Yeah.
Like, yo, are they coming? Are people gonna come?
Right. Teddy's there from 8:30. It's like I ain't going to.
The only time people actually come early is a sound clash. That's the only time people actually come like at 10 o'clock.
Because of the early juggling. The early juggling sets the pace for the clash.
That's because people that go to sound clashes are old.
right. Yeah.
No. Even when I was living in Boston, like the first time I saw David Rodigan, I was at a club at like 10 o'clock and it was crowded. 10 p.m. 3 seats.
Wow. I used to go to Keynes at like 10:30. I'd be the only one there standing by the speakers, just listening to the. And sometimes the lights were still on, like they weren't even juggling yet.
Yeah, I mean, this culture is very hard to explain to someone that's not Jamaican.
Yeah, after my first wife, I dated one Italian girl. And,
how was that?
And I remember she liked reggae. Like we go to like we're in the beach, go to the and then like I remember her like coming to one of my like regular parties, and there's daggering going on, and she was just like appalled, like what the hell is going on? And like that was pretty much it right there. She's like, yeah. Then she didn't want to go no more, and I'm like, where you go? I have a party. Well, I'm here. I'm like, okay, well you can hang here. You can hang at the house. I'll be back. A few hours. I got a party, and like it just didn't like it didn't compute. She was like, what the hell is going on? Like someone just jumped off the stage onto like it was just not. There was no way to explain it to like make someone understand that.
Almost it seemed like.
You know what's crazy? So I've dated a whole bunch of different races my whole life. Right. Not racist, race. People from different countries. Okay. You know, the only race of women that didn't understand dancehall culture was a Black American.
I see that. I can understand that too. Though.
Black American women, and I'm not, because there's a ton of Black American women that love the culture. I'm like snorting on camera. The Black American women that I dated, not my first son's mother. She understood because her friends were from Jamaica, her friends were from Trinidad. So my first son's mother, she loves the culture. But after we split, there's like a recurring theme here. I got so many exes. Right? So after 52. So after my first son's mother, she loves the culture, she respects it. And I dated other Black American women after that, and they were like, this is crazy. And then the white women that I would date, which is crazy, they don't consider themselves white because they're like, I'm from France, I'm from Greece, I'm from Finland. They consider themselves where they come from. I'm from Serbia, I'm from Russia. They were really into the culture. Like I dated an Irish girl. She was like, she loved it, right? Oh yeah, she was cooking curry goat and she's doing all the damn thing. But yeah, to date somebody that's not in tune with this culture, it's a handful. It's a handful.
Okay, so what should I prepare myself for? Because hey, I'm going to India, and we're going to the Goa Sunsplash, and she's really good with like videography, right? She's really good with like taking like camera shots and doing like videos, and I'm gonna get her a gimbal, and we're gonna cover, the Reggae Rajas like Goa Sunsplash, whatever. Who the hell? I don't know who they bring in, but they've been taking the Protege so far, but I don't know who's the headliner this year. But she's so timid, and I think it's like maybe it could be the language barrier, or she's just like really peaceful and calm, and like she's from like Bangkok, but she's yet to witness. What should I? How should I prepare my wife for this event at Goa, the Goa Sunsplash? It's not like crazy daggering or anything.
Yeah, if it's like Protege and stuff, I don't think you got to worry. I think you're good.
Right.
If it's like that theme, like that, and the Indian people are awesome. So I'm sure like everyone will embrace her and be cool with her, because every Indian person I know is awesome. And one of my DJ friends, I think, said he might be playing that. He's DJ. His name is Chancellor. He comes here for the summers, so he plays in Vermont mostly in the summer, but he'll come down to Providence to play a few shows. He's very knowledgeable, and yeah, man, and he's right from India. And I think the Indian people are just so cool. I think you're gonna be fine. I think she'll probably have a great time.
I mean, but when I come stateside, what if I take it to like Asylum? What if I take it to like downtown
Asylum?
Kingston, like...
Asylum is not even around anymore. Let me ask you a question, and you gave yourself up. No. Pre-show, what you got to do? I told you to fill out the press passes. We got to send them when we sign off here. We got to send them our faces so you can sign up. Your wife said that you're not allowed in Jamaica. You're toast. You're done.
Yeah, that'd be tough. That'd be tough for me. All right, so it's our 10th anniversary this year, for a wedding anniversary. And our idea was to go back to where we had our honeymoon, which was Dream Weekend. Too bad.
Jesus Christ.
We can't afford to go, but it is what it is. But like, that's the kind of girl, like, you need, that's what I need. I need a girl that's like, yo, let's go to Dream Weekend. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I did,
Oh, you met your wife at Dream Weekend?
Our honeymoon was Dream Weekend. Our honeymoon.
Wow.
And we got free passes to Copper Shot. Big up Mark Chin, big up Cuddy, big up Matthew, big up Papa Sean. So Copper Shot, for our wedding gift, gave us passes to Dream Weekend. So that was our honeymoon. It was awesome.
What's your honeymoon going to be, Pacatra?
It's going to take time to get it here. Trump's got this temporary ban, so
Trump has still got a ban. I need
to Dream Weekend. Take it to Sunfest.
Nah, I definitely can't take it to Sunfest. Dream Weekend might be more or less.
Why can't you take her to Sunfest?
Cartel? Are you serious? No, I can't do that.
I mean, why would you not give her an introduction to what you're doing? And why did she say you can't go to Jamaica? Like, what did you do?
She fears that Jamaican women will steal her husband, and that's why she doesn't want me going back without her to the country.
They are a little, they're
quite feisty, aren't
they? Yeah.
Maybe I'll take it to Portland. I'll take it to Boston Beach. I'll take it to like Port Antonio.
Where they have like the country areas, you're fine. Kingston though, like I remember having to fend girls off at Limelight halfway tree. Like, no, where you staying? I'm not staying. No, I'm not telling you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Neil. I think you're gonna be in trouble, bro. She said no Jamaica. So can you go? Why can't you go to?
How she gets here? Until she gets here.
Yeah, but you gotta tell her.
I leave reviews and shit everywhere I go, and she's like, when I last stopped, she had a problem.
Why? What do you mean by you leave reviews? What did you say?
Well, I left a review for Airbnb that I stayed at.
Yeah, but how did that review get you in trouble with her?
No, she just said I went to Jamaica without her, and she kind of got a little bit upset.
So how did she find out you left a review?
Because she actually owns Airbnb property, and she saw because we've stayed at other places that have left reviews, and she looked it up, and she saw that okay, this guy left a review.
But on a side note, she lives in Bangkok. That shit's way wilder than anywhere in Jamaica.
Can we stop saying Bangkok? Please, I'm begging you guys. Can we stop saying the word Bangkok?
That's the name of the city. Thailand.
Yeah, I was watching a video. It came in my feed. I don't know why it came in my feed. This is not something I watch. But I guess a guy went in for a massage, and it was a boy. It wasn't a girl.
Oh no!
And the dude's all like, I fornicated with him, her, he, she, and I want my money back because she's not. She's a dude. She's not a woman. And the woman was like, but you had sex, so I can give you 50% back. I can't give you
Oh my God.
He wanted a full refund because she was a man. Like
how does he not know? I don't understand. How does he not? I don't know.
I don't even know. I mean, according to the video on Instagram, I mean, you guys are going to see it now. It's going to be because your phone's listening to it. It's going to pop up on your feed. You're going to see it.
Sure.
I don't understand. Like me, if I'm going for a massage, I don't know. I'm a very practical dude. Like if I'm going to a camera store, I'm not going there to pick up a chick. You know what I mean? If I'm going to a nightclub, like what a lot of my exes think that I'm banging all the girls in the nightclub. If I'm going to a nightclub to take pictures, I'm going to a nightclub to take photos. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. Yeah, I may sit and talk and show the picture. Oh, wow, look at this booty. It's nice. But if I'm going for a massage, I'm not going there for a happy ending. So I don't understand how you go for a happy ending. But it comes with it.
It comes with the massage. It's part of the deal.
Happy ending comes with those. So how do you go? So he gets the happy ending, and then
the fornication. I don't know how that happened. I don't really know that.
Yeah, he has the fornication, and then during the fornication, he finds out. I don't know. Maybe he was going too rough, and the tape broke, and then he just feels whatchamacallit slapping him on his thigh. I would faint. But I just don't understand how did he get himself in that position? Who knows? I don't know. But
alcohol? Maybe he was under the influence? I don't know.
Well, he's under more than just the influence, that dude. I mean, that is the craziest thing. Ever. And they're arguing back and forth because he wants 100% refund. She's like, I can't give you 100% refund. You told me that you fornicated with her. The best I could do for you, sir, is 50%. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, so what we learned tonight, guys.
If I go to Providence, right?
Right.
And I end up going to a strip club, right?
Right.
Because that's all they have down there.
We have some good ones, yeah, for sure.
But the girls in Rhode Island can't get naked, right?
No, they do. Yeah.
Is it full nude in Rhode Island? Because I know Massachusetts is full nude.
I think what it is that it's like topless on one thing, and then you got to go to a different room usually for the all nude. I mean, I haven't been in years, but like it used to be definitely all nude. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so you got to go to a different room to get nude.
You don't have to pay any extra, but it's like two different. But I could be wrong because I haven't gone in many years. But yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Because in New York, it's like no alcohol allowed for the fully nude. You can't have alcohol and fully nude at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, that's not. There was no rule. I don't think there's any rule like that in Rhode Island because we used to go I used to go all the time, and we'd be fucked up.
What do you mean you can't have alcohol, Pacatra, and fully nude? What do you mean by that?
That's the state law. It's not allowed. You can't have.
Also, if you're on a fully nude license, and you can't have alcohol.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, Massachusetts has to be one of the best states. You could have fully nude, fully alcohol, and have a good time. Like everybody raves about this New York, the city that doesn't sleep. Well, I mean, New York sounds like it's asleep to me.
Not my New York Knicks, but everyone else maybe.
I
Oh,
think
man.
they should have clothing stores 24/7 as well. I think they should have like, because some clubs have like really strict. I don't know about the reggae community, but some clubs in New York, like you can't wear trainers, you can't wear t-shirts, you can't wear certain things to get in. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember I worked cuts at a boxing event at MSG in the Paramount Theater, and afterwards I was like, man, I was wide awake. I was like, what can I do? And at the time we were real tight with Kevin Crown in New York, and he was playing at a club right around the corner from MSG, and like I went up there, and if my name wasn't on Kevin's list, I don't think I would have gotten in because I had like sneakers on or jeans on or something like that. It was like super strict. We're not like that here in Rhode Island. It's any party that I do, I have no dress code. I tell people if they ask me, I said just don't look homeless because I want people to come and I want people to come, party, have fun. If they sweat out their clothes, I don't care.
Right.
Like a big thing for me. Like I always want people to have fun. I don't want girls to feel like they have to dress up like they have to spend thousands of dollars on their outfit. I just want people to come out. If a girl wants to wear jeans and a t-shirt, that's fine. Come out, just party, have fun.
Wow. Yeah. So Neil, man, a couple of days.
What if there's a miss at the strip club? Do I have to tip full, or should I just give them half the tip?
What do you mean?
You could probably give them half, but then the pregnant girls you got to give double.
Oh my God.
I see some of them at the strip clubs before.
If we didn't get demonetized today, we will never get demonetized.
So one thing I've noticed about a lot of the of that stuff, like all the social media, they only check like a first X amount of time on your show or on your post, and then it like it's almost like the government with wiretaps. Like they check for a certain amount of time, then they have to kill it. Same thing with social media. I don't think they look through the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man. That is so, Anil, so you got to come down for Rhode Island. Like Rhode Island's going to be, oh yeah, Teddy, we didn't even talk about that. But I mean, I'm rushing you guys out of there. We didn't even talk about what's going on in Rhode Island. Like take us to Rhode Island for the next couple of weeks. We're going to clip this up so people are going to hear it. Take us through the whole Rhode Island legislation. What's going on?
So in Rhode Island right now, the House and the Senate have passed a new law that for the World Cup, that law will allow bars and restaurants to serve alcohol till 3 a.m. and stay open until 4 a.m. Right now, I think a lot of the cities and the jurisdictions that oversee all the liquor licenses, they're still figuring out a way to get people to apply for that. But it's going to extend from June 11th to July 3rd. And I know Providence is going to be participating. They have not come out with the full application to set it up yet, but I'm confident that that'll be coming probably this week. And so for Island Saturdays, what that means is I think June 13th, June 20th, and June 27th, we're going to have some crazy parties at Island Saturdays, and kicking it off on June 13th with my brother DJ Reem from Miami's Champion Squad. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy month of June here in Providence, Rhode Island, for sure.
I mean, that's going to be a scene.
Yeah, because back in the day, so when we used to do Karma on Friday nights, we had Fire Fridays at Karma. It was serve until 2, but we could stay open until 3.
Really? When was this?
That was back in 2014, 15. And there's still a zone in Providence that is available to get that license. So the previous location for Alchemy also had served till 2 and party till 3. And that was, they moved after the pandemic. So that was pre-pandemic. And it makes a big difference. I think we had a lot more people come from further away because they knew they could come, they could drink and not worry about it because they had that hour to sober up before they left. Another thing I noticed when they did that was we don't have many issues at our night, but the other clubs around us at the time used to have issues. There was less issues because like not everyone's leaving at the same time because not everyone can hang. So when the 2 a.m. hit and you couldn't buy any more alcohol, people would start trickling out. So by the end of the night, it wasn't super packed and not everyone leaving at the same time. And I think, you know, like that, this hopefully maybe the city sees that this 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. situation brings in so much money they want to adopt it full time. I highly doubt that, but man, that would be sick if they did.
I think clubs closing at 2 o'clock is absolutely a conspiracy theory to lock people up.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is like, even though we couldn't serve after 2 at the old locations, that hour to let people sober up and party still and have a good time and drink water, it was a big deal. Like that made it was just a much easier let out, and it was less issues for sure.
So I used to work on Lansdowne Street, and Lansdowne Street was a complete disaster under Mayor Menino. So you have Bill's Bar, you have Axis, Avalon, Club ID, Modern, Mama Kin, the music hall. So at 2 o'clock, you would have white kids that just came back from a friggin' punk rock, friggin' hardcore with SWAT stickers on their face. Next door to that, you have a gay club with transvestites running around. Next door to that, you have a reggae club.
Yep.
Next door to that, you have a hip hop night. Next door to that, you have a knock'em sock'em. There used to be a piano that the guy plays the piano and you sing the piano. And then you have that with a whole bunch of Irish guys. So at 2 o'clock, you have gangsters.
And then you have baseball. You got baseball letting out all.
Well, no, baseball doesn't get out at 2. It doesn't get out at 2. But you have transvestites, you have gangsters, skinheads, Irish people knocking and soccer. You have them all out in the street. So the club empties out. And I'm telling you, like, you couldn't drive down Lansdowne Street. I mean, you're dumping like 3,000 people onto the street all at once, all from different walks of life that have a problem with each other. It's stupid.
Yep. And at that, I mean, I don't know what years this were, but when I was in college, you could go to Lansdowne Street as a 19-year-old and just wait for someone to leave one of the spots and be like, yo, I'll give you $20 for your bracelet. And you put the bracelet on, you're in.
Right.
Because it was so lax. So you had mad kids there that were not even 21 drinking, that weren't used to drinking in that environment on top of everything else. And you add that to it. It was always an issue. Always.
Yeah, I totally believe that clubs closing at 2 is a government's conspiracy to lock people up. Because if you're a police department and the clubs say open till 5, like New York City, if a club goes till 5, by 5 o'clock, the place is virtually empty.
Yeah.
By like 2 o'clock, 2:30, people are gone. It's not like the club is packed at 3:30, right? So you have these things, and I just think, thank you. I just think that dinner time, boys.
Nice.
At midnight, what are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Eat it when you
can. I think clubs need to be open till 4, staggered release, less problems, less drama, less chances for people to bump into each other.
Yep.
Hey, listen, if we're in the nightclub and I'm going to wait till 5 o'clock to shoot you, I mean, that's on you. But you can't let thousands of people into the street at 2 o'clock and then the cops block off the road. It's just a disaster. And I think it's a conspiracy theory to catch people drunk and to be ridiculous. I believe it. There's no reason why you let out a club at 2 and everybody gets out at the same exact time. Like even when you go to a concert, right? When you go to a concert, people start to leave early because I got to get to the car. I got to get to the, I got to pay the parking ticket. I got to go, man. I'm hungry.
All right, man. So you guys
Why
next
not
week.
let the headliner play early? Let the headliner finish by like 2 or like by 1 o'clock, and then have somebody
Right.
like random play 1 or 2.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I think, yeah, I get it. You're gonna get people that's gonna be out like at 2:30, and also too, I think less people will call out of work, right? So if you got a restaurant job, you work at the restaurant till about 2, and then you can make it to the club at 3 and go and hang out, right? But if they close at 2, people call out sick. It doesn't make any sense besides a conspiracy to lock people up, to catch people drinking, and to cause a fight. It's programmed to cause a fight, and you can't tell me anything different than that.
Yep.
Boston Police is going to be watching my stream now.
The more viewers, the better. I guess.
Anyway. It just doesn't make any sense. Why? And you need that time for people to cool down, right? People are hammered.
So Ted's doing it right. He's getting give them a whole hour just to drink water and sober up, and then go home safely.
Yep. And what I did was I looked at it as a marketing opportunity. What I did was I got my own water, so I'd hand it out free, and you get a Dr. TKO Entertainment water. And that
really,
yeah. On the way out, that's what I would do. I'd hit people with the water so that then they would leave. They have my little label on it, and
better than a flyer. Of course, you're gonna drink the water because you're gonna need it, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, it just doesn't make it makes sense because everything that is done makes sense to make money. I mean, these people are very smart that control us. Everything is planned out. They know what they're doing. But it just makes sense. You go to 5 and everybody trickles out. There's not 10,000 people in the street. Have you ever seen... Thank God I've made it 30 years and never gotten killed. Like, the city of Boston literally has tried to kill me. Right? Like, seriously, like the city of Boston has tried 30 years to take my life by pushing me out at 2 o'clock with everybody hammered and everybody driving. I am lucky I've never been in a car accident.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Me too, because there was times I came home from Keynes and I woke up the next day and I was like, I don't know how I made it. I don't even remember driving.
You just woke up in the bed and you were safe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was that night in Karma where the guy got shot right next to me too. So yeah, it goes crazy.
And it's like they're yelling and screaming at you to get out. But people don't want to get out because they can't drive and they can't walk. They just need some time to collect their thoughts, right? So you push everybody out in the street and lock your doors. Like, okay, you're drunk. We got your money. F you. Go ahead. Figure it out. So now you have thousands of people in the street trying to figure it out. Fights happen. Kidnappings happen. It's just stupid. But they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Anything else, boys?
No, I think you go enjoy your dinner.
See you next week.
We'll see y'all next week.
Man, this was a good one.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Thinking an hour and 58 minutes. Bangkok and a whole bunch of other crap. Have a good night, guys.